First of all, cellulite is something that 90–95% of us women have, and some guys even have it too. So that is part of your genetics. It happens. But there are ways that you could reduce it, if not get rid of it. In fact, when I wear my white spandex shorts, pants, this is where you can see my cellulite. And I'm like, I look in the mirror now and I'm like, yeah, look at my cellulite. Whereas before, because of society, they said, if you have cellulite, it's so gross. Embrace your beauty. It's inevitable. It's here to stay. We could reduce it. And the reason why reducing it is healthy for you is because underneath the skin is a lot of toxins. It's where your lymph lives. And when we get congested lymph, we get high cholesterol problems. We get all kinds of heart disease because stuff backs up. So dry brushing is one way. And I mean dry brushing. And this is what I mean. Exactly that. So there's a video of me doing this in the Warrior Cleanse. But you literally just take it, circular motions, up and toward the heart, up and toward the heart. And do this for about 5 minutes, maybe even 2, that's all you can spare, before you get in the shower, before you get in the tub. That takes all of your dry skin cells off, and it's super sexy smooth. Valentine's Day is in 2 weeks when you guys are watching this. So you can do this scrub that we're doing next, and you can also dry brush. So I've got the link that you guys will follow below on how to get this. If you guys are, make sure you're registered too. Go to thedianekazer.com, go on the bottom where it says register. As long as you're on there, you're going to get the recap of this and all the links on how to get discounts and all this stuff. So this is a dry brush that's Ayurvedic. And we're going to talk now about what to do with it, which would be the scrub. So, Scott, let's have a seat. If you guys show up here next time, you can be with us doing this. Okay, so first, we've got a little bowl. Everybody watching, do you guys have all of your tools, all of your equipment? You're just going to need a bowl, and you don't have to have essential oils with this. This just makes it smell nicer, and it helps to induce relaxation for what these oils do. They're concentrated from plants. There's nothing fake about them at all. So you just need these 2 things first. All right, let's walk us through it.
We're going to use, this is called fractionated coconut oil. So a lot of people have natural coconut oil, and it's kind of like a pasty Crisco kind of solid to it. This just has the solids taken out so you can use it at room temperature. I like the other one, is great for the skin too. You just got to kind of warm it in your hands or in a warm shower or something like that. So this recipe is pretty simple. I have a tendency at my house to try and stay away from plastics as much as I can. Yes, you'll see these in here, but that's just the way I bought them. So it's real simple. It's half a cup of any oil that you want to use. You can use flaxseed oil, grapeseed oil. I would stay away from the Criscos and the other things, because it's just not natural. So basically, it's a half a cup.
And canola. Stay away from canola too.
Stay away from that stuff.
And soybean oil. Stay away from that crap.
Okay, so this is basically half a cup, and I do this a lot, so I'm just pour it in, make it faster. Okay, then you want to take your essential oils. So some real quick ones here. Lavenders, Roman chamomile, patchouli for some people. There's actually some people who are kind of wired backwards, and the citrus oils that kind of wake us up actually help them calm down a little bit. Essential oils are also kind of described in tones. So you have low base tones, mid tones, and high tones. So some people might like more of a cedar wood or a sandalwood or something like that. If that's something that you constantly have that candle that you like, I'm not big on scented candles. Just put essential oils
soy in it, and it burns all kinds of chemicals in your body, in your home, into your body.
So we're all kind of different. You're all going to have to. You're just going to have to pick which one you want to use and trust it. So the greatest 2 doctors you'll ever have is yourself and your mom. So you've got to learn to listen to yourself when you're trying essential oils and trying natural things. If you get a feeling like I don't want to do that, don't. Your body's trying to tell you somehow, some way to do that. So we're going to take. This is the easiest way to do it. We're going to take, you want lavender, or do you want some kind of calming blend like Serenity or something like that?
I put Serenity right here.
Serenity,
Serenity, you guys, this is my favorite one. It's a blend from doTERRA, and this is what you'll get a discount on if you go to my website under Diane Kazer and you go under products and you go under essential oils. You can see me, and actually this is where the recap, where you can find the video of me talking about how to reduce fat and trim your waistline by using these kinds of oils with a very similar recipe to this. But I love Serenity. This is actually what I take around the world with me whenever I travel.
Sure. Okay.
I think this is yours, but this
But
is the one.
you like that?
Yeah,
that's your oil. Everybody kind of gets drawn to one. We're all a little different.
And I love this stuff. So I just literally put it. What I do for my lotion and like my perfume in one is I do fractionated coconut oil, and I just put some drops of Serenity, and I just lubricate because everybody gets really dry. Right here in the elbows, they get like eczema and psoriasis. So you can literally just put this stuff in your body and it calms it. All these different skin issues, psoriasis or eczema. There's different oils that will help to get rid of those things from the outside, but also remember the skin is the inside job too. So that's what we teach in the Warrior Cleanse. So you can tune into that, and then we're going to be talking more about that in the future too.
I've done some research, and they say 65% of all skin issues, regardless of what they are caused by your gut.
Wow, did you hear that? 65% of skin issues are caused by the gut.
And generally at night when you wake up, there's two people. There's people that have this. I don't mean crazy. I mean the mind won't stop working. It's just going to go. You can, what do you call that? Hearts for anybody who owns their own business and feels all stressed out, and the world won't help them get anything done. Okay. I also like to call this the Serenity blend. It's a calming blend. The Leave It at Work oil. So this is really great for getting the mind to kind of slow down and relax. There's studies I've seen on lavender. Within a second and a half of smelling lavender without even touching it, you can drop your alpha waves in your brain 100 points. You get that? You ever watch the old sci-fi movie where you see the little scope and all the little radio waves are really stressed out? The minute you smell lavender, because it goes straight to the hypothalamus, you literally can flatline that. That's why everybody, when you generally see lavender, makes everybody just kind of go, just kind of relax. You literally just stop the noise in your head. Okay, so Serenity. It only takes about 4 or 5 drops.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. We do this first because it just kind of helps the oil mix with the coconut oil a little bit. Just kind of spreads it around. If you do it after you've done the sugar, it's kind of hard. Next one is 1.5 cups of sugar. Now this is a brown sugar scrub. You'll see at the end when we're done that this consistency on...
I know, that happened to me.
So tired.
No, that happened to me too. I was like, I'm super weak.
In
the shower, it gets all slippery, so don't screw the lid on too tight.
Yeah, you'll see a little more oil here.
Guys, by the way, you know what I do is I save, almond butter or peanut butter jars.
Yeah, the nieces.
Get rid of the peanut butter in your life too. There's lots of mold and cancerous stuff in that. I know.
And that's labels, if they have a little plastic on them, they last a little longer.
Yeah, so save your glass jars, because then you'll end up using that for a lot of different things that you learn from me and Scott through this, and then everything that I share. So yeah.
So basic, terrible house sugar, the processed stuff.
I use organic sugar.
Use whatever you want to use.
Use whatever you want to use. I'm a little bit more neurotic.
I try to get people to use it at their house just to get it out of their house.
You could use coconut sugar. Yeah, anything that's like anything that's exfoliating.
As long as it dissipates and breaks down really fast in water, that's really what it's doing.
Yeah.
You're basically leaving it's a little bit of an exfoliant, and you just get it on your skin a little bit, but it goes really quick. You try not to absorb. So for me myself, a lot of people will tell you to do this at 1/2 scoop at a time. Just do a little bit first. Get it kind of mixed up, because it gets hard if you pour it all in at the same time. Okay, so as it starts to get down here at the end, you just kind of keep mixing it around. It'll get a little dry. You're going to use this in the bath, in the shower and stuff, so you're already going to be moist or have your hands wet or something like that, so you don't need it really wet. The little bit more coconut oil and stuff you want to throw in, that's great if that's what you're using to soften your skin and something like that. This is a great project with kids. My kitchen looks like a mess when we're done, but when we have the nieces and nephews come over, and this is what they all love to do. They all pick their own little oil, and they've got their little deal. So you can see this gets very dry, and then basically what you do is you're just going to take and empty your jar. I just had the sugar in here for now. Just put it back in the jar and pack it how you want. When you're done, just take a drop or 2 more of the oil and put it on top, and that's just basically for smell. So basically how you use this is anytime you want to come in. I like lemongrass and a few things that I use, especially coming off the ranch with my hands and stuff like that, because I've just been out in the dirt and stuff all day. That's what I seem to like. I grab quite a bit. It's just scrub however you want to do. If you've been, sometimes we work on fences and stuff with the creosote and all the good stuff you have, and you have to kind of scrub for a while to get some stuff off. If you're just going to get into the bath and do a general exfoliant, you just get in there and kind of use it however you want. Quantity isn't really so big a deal. You'll know what you want to use it for and things like that. Yeah,
if you're using it in the bathtub or the shower between the hours of 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock p.m., it is the best time to socialize, flirt, and have fun. So maybe you have a bath with your significant other or others if you are into that.
Oh my God, I could do a week-long program just on that.
On having baths with multiple people?
No, about how to use. Okay.
I didn't know that about you, Scott.
God, you just go off on the sidetrack sometimes.
Hey, I heard the same thing.
I know.
Just so you know.
Okay. How many people have kids? Everybody
Kids,
watching
raise your
this?
hand. See, that's what I meant, Scott. Jeez.
Oh, okay. So when your kids go to take a
it back
nap,
with your kids.
most of them need a pattern, right? They have some of them like to be in the stroller for a little while. Some like the car rides. Everybody has their little pattern. When it comes to rest, which could just be closing your eyes for 5 minutes and coming out, and just relaxing can do a lot. But the idea of getting yourself to sleep, get yourself in a pattern. So with the idea, I hate wintertime. I grew up on a ranch 20 hours a day when the sun comes up and the sun goes down. I love those days. I can work all day long. I start dying about 8:30, 9 o'clock right now.
Yeah.
I mean, literally just start going.
Because the sun's been down for a long time.
Right. So these are great things. So get yourself in a pattern. If it's the scrub in the bath, if it's just diffusing the oils in the air, if it's those things you want to do. Our goal this year in the house was to try and get that quality, not quality me time, but me time is the patterns I need to get to it. And you're all going to be different. And you got to just kind of have a little balance there on how you do it. But oils are amazing at that relaxation time. We have a thing called the aroma touch technique. We'll do a class on that sometime. I've seen amazing things. It puts a body at homeostasis. And it's great couples therapy. If I've had a bad day, there's nothing better. We argue around the house and the family, because I have a lot of family doing essential oils, and we argue on whether it's better to give it or receive it. Because I personally think I like it better to give it. I feel like I've done something for somebody. And my hands are in the oil, so I absorb it through the skin all the time.
And whenever I put this stuff in my body, when I sweat at the gym, like, I don't smell anymore. And I've been, you guys may have seen the video the other day, my armpits are crying. It's not sweat, they're just tears. They're tears, and it's the releasing of toxicity. So those toxins are like, no, I have to leave. So sweating is really good for you guys. This is how we release toxins. And you won't smell bad as long as you get these toxins out of your life. So you may not even need deodorants and stuff because you're actually putting these things on the body, and they're good for the body. And this is what I wanted to tell you. This is one of the most popular. Check this out. Okay, everybody stop. If you're not listening, stop and listen. Stop and listen. Okay, now that I've got your attention. Okay, I'm not going to say what brand this is, but this is one of the most common brands that people use for smooth exfoliating body scrub. The number 2 ingredient is sodium lauryl sulfate. Does that sound like a name of someone that you got? Anybody know that person? Does anybody know that chemical name? Sodium lauryl sulfate. Are you guys ready to hear this? This is the side effects of sodium lauryl sulfate. Used in car washes, garage floor cleaners, engine degreasers, and 90% of personal care products that foam. Here's the side effects: eye damage, depression, labored breathing, diarrhea, skin irritation, and death.
I'm going to give you some of that. Yeah.
You want your skin to feel and look amazing, and the side effect is to die. That's great.
What's the best way to detox?
To not add more chemicals to your body.
Don't put it in.
Yeah, don't put it in.
I can pronounce sugar. I can't pronounce everything.
Sodium. Okay, so that's sodium lauryl sulfate. Here's another one. You guys ready? Propylene glycol is the next one. Propylene glycol. It's in petroleum plastics, EPA. It requires gloves when they handle it, clothing, goggles, and disposal by burying. EPA warns against skin contact to prevent brain, liver, and kidney abnormalities. Dude, what? You guys are going to kill me for this one. One of the most favorite shots that Americans are taking now, can you guess it? It's flavored. It's a flavored drink. They take shots of it. Anybody guess it?
Fireball whiskey.
Yes, nailed it. Nailed it.
That's it.
Fireball is the number 1 shot in America now, and the ingredient in it is propylene glycol. And in Europe, they have banned that ingredient in not only their foods, but in their personal care products. But why isn't it in America? So that is pretty disgusting, guys. The first time I ever tried that drink, I had hives all over my body, and I took a picture of it. That's pretty disgusting, and yet we're letting our teenagers and our kids put it on our skin. Okay, so this is the second one. Then the next one is EDTA. Guys, check your labels for this stuff. EDTA, where is it on my list here? Oh, it's not on this list. Here's another one. Hydrogenated castor oil. Anything that's hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oil of some kind, it's trans fat. You're putting that in your body. Body can't digest it. It goes straight to the heart, straight to the fat cells, straight to the liver, and that causes heart disease and strokes and heart attacks, etc. So here's the so that's the number. I mean, I can keep going on with that. There's all kinds of artificial ingredients. There's artificial flavors and colors in there. That stuff is just not good for the body. And also, did you know the average woman applies between 200 to 500 chemicals on her body before she leaves the house in the morning? And did you also know that there are 75,000 plus chemicals that have been used in our food and body, personal care product, and environment supply, only about 300 of which have been tested for safety? Oops, you're a lab rat for the other amount. So we have no idea how these one chemicals will react in or on the body. We have no idea how those two chemicals react, add 3, add 4, add 5, and then we've got cancer and all kinds of disease, guys. So would you rather take this very cheap and disgusting body scrub of which none of I can pronounce, there's about 20 ingredients, and rub that all over your body, which becomes you within 36 seconds? Or would you rather make your own that has 3 ingredients that your body's going to love and that your liver will welcome in, and it makes your heart happy and helps you sleep better and have better sex? So that's your options. You see how hard that was to make? This is why DIY personal care and you guys learning how to be your own best doctor will lead you to health. Because remember, the best time to conceive, have sex, and get a massage is between 7 and 9 p.m.
I was going to say anytime.
Well, really, anytime. I mean, sex on, you guys. Don't get me wrong. Anytime. But that's the time. And by the way, before I let Scott talk again, download the, because I don't let anybody talk because I'm such a pig.
I didn't say that. You just got tons of
I just got
information
tons of
and you can't get it out fast enough.
I'm an info pig. I'm an info hog. But there's an app called Skin Deep. Give me some hearts if you guys either have that or are going to download that. Skin Deep. You could take any of your personal care products at home or at the store that you're considering buying, and you could see the toxicity levels. You're going to be surprised. It's going to disgust you. The stuff. I mean, when you go home and you're going to want to throw everything away. And instead, you're going to replace it with this. So these essential oils, you can buy essential oils at the store, but most of them have other harmful ingredients in them. So that's, again, we don't want to put more harmful ingredients on the body or in the body. These things, I could take it and I can go like this. This is peppermint. Oh, crap, I got bad breath. Peppermint.
Okay.
Now I can kiss anyone I want.
Oh.
He's like a 10-year-old. So my breath smells good. That's what I take with me, and I carry this around with me in my purse because I get good breath and it kills bad bacteria.
It's a great tummy tamer, too.
It's a good tummy tamer. That's why you eat peppermint after steak.
Yeah. Well, in the old days, it used to be peppermint candy with real peppermint in it. Now it's just sugar.
Now it's sugar after you eat a steak and you leave steakhouse.
Just in case you guys can't see from there, this is about a 16-ounce jar. This is about the biggest we really make around the house because you're in the shower area and moisture and kind of things like that, and there's no preservatives in this, guys. The oils don't go bad unless you expose them to heat or things like that, but the sugar after a while will start to crystallize and things like that. So don't make big batches of body scrubs and things like that because you're not going to use them fast enough. And you can make whatever you want, just label it really good. We talked about the calming blends. A really good one that you'll see right here that is now kind of a favorite in my house is the ginger and peppermint in brown sugar. Just everybody seems to go nuts. Lemongrass is really good if you want to wake up, and any citrus will do it. But you just got to know what it is. When it comes to essential oils, this is the simplest way to say it, is look on the labels. And there's a few doTERRAs you won't see a supplement label on the back because there's just some oils that don't agree with us when we take them internally. Most do. I've never found a problem.
Me neither.
But if you just look at the label, you go to the store, if it says, here's the simplest way to say it. If it says for aromatherapy only, it means it's not even supposed to touch your skin. There's something toxic in it that the FDA is warning you about. If it says aromatherapy and topical use, you're getting better when you start to see supplement labels. And just look at the brand that you're getting there and just grab a couple like lemon, orange, things that we know we can use internally. And if there's no supplement label on them, there's something in there that's keeping them, they're warning you about not using it internally. Like lemon, I drink it all day long. It's amazing. Yeah,
you guys want to stick with companies like doTERRA, and you want to stick with people like me and Scott who are telling you the truth about stuff. Like, we're full disclaimer. There is nothing in here that you can't take that is going to be toxic to your body. So you're going to know that stuff. You know the truth. This is the truth. The truth is that I have way less cellulite than I ever have because I use this dry brush. I use these body scrubs, the 3-ingredient body scrubs. My skin feels amazing, and I took many pharmaceutical drugs because my skin sucked about 20 years ago. And now it's amazing. And I want you guys to feel that, and I want you to see that. So I'm 37. I feel like I look maybe 30. That's what I get all the time. I don't know. Maybe people think I'm in my 20s. Except for my little, I have some crow's feet because I smile all the time. And for wrinkles, you could use frankincense, which is one of the oil blends. We have that. Also for acne, you can use oregano directly on them. Oregano gets
tea tree oil.
Tea tree oil is amazing.
Be very careful with oregano.
Oregano, it's potent.
It's what they call a hot oil. Same with peppermint. You put it on the skin, it's going to give you that really extreme tingling sensation. Kids will yell, I'm burning, because it's tingling really hard. Tea tree oil, melaleuca, on any skin infection. So
dandruff,
bug bites, rashes, anything like that. Melaleuca will keep it from getting infected further, especially if it's something you're scratching all the time.
Yeah. So I actually, occasionally in the wintertime, because it's so cold and dry, I get a little bit of dandruff, and that's how I know I have candida, a fungus. So I both address it from the inside, and I take things that have oregano pills and things. If you guys are working with me personally, one-on-one, then you guys know what you're taking. If you want to look at the things I have in the Warrior store, you can go to thewarriorcleanse.com to the store area, and you can see there's one called Intestinol. That has all the most potent things you can take to get rid of bugs that cause these issues, the skin issues, the fatigue, the hormonal imbalances, and then belly bloat too. So I mean, there's all kinds of stuff like oregano is one of the most powerful things in Intestinol, and it gets rid of these bad bugs that cause these problems. So again, from the outside, put stuff on your skin, and then touch your inside, your inner layer skin with things like oregano and these blends. So now guys, I promise you something at the end. One of the things that I love to do, other than just dry brushing, is before I go to bed, I have this blend, and it's an oil blend. Jessica, my assistant, is going to put the link below, and you guys are following me, make sure you get on the newsletter. If you're in the Warrior Cleanse group, you're going to see this link too, just in case you forget. But there's an amazing blend that I use. Before I go to bed, I put it on my belly, and it helps to flush the gallbladder. And it's something that also helps to get rid of the fat around your waistline. I've seen 1-2 inch noticeable difference by doing these things, and no, I'm not kidding. So just these blends, one of the ones is Slim and Sassy, that we talked about that in week 1, and it has things like grapefruit and cinnamon and citrus blends. Those are things that burn through fat. So you guys can make one of these also that you put on your skin and scrub with it. You could do that too. But these are the things that get rid of fat from the outside. From the inside, those are things we already talked about here that you can take in supplement form. And then in the Warrior Cleanse, you're going to learn more about that too. So this is from the outside, but cellulite, that's the main way we get rid of it. Dry brush. You could also use coffee grinds. I save my coffee grinds and I put them in oil, and then I make my bathroom look like a total Starbucks mess by using the dry brush with all these grinds everywhere. So there's all kinds of fun stuff that Mother Nature has given us that we could take advantage of. These oil blends are my VIP for skin. If you have acne, like he said, tea tree oil on it, the next day I normally see it surfacing, it's going away. So you don't gotta take prednisone, guys. That is the nastiest drug that's out there, and that you're gonna get prescribed every single time you have a skin problem. All right, I think we're pretty much done. You guys are, give me some hearts if you're still there. I don't know.
We're not done. They just don't want to listen.
We're never done. But okay, so yeah, don't forget.
Hey guys, it's the simple little decisions you make every day. All right, don't knock yourself. Don't stress over the fact that you went to your favorite hamburger joint with somebody in the family and you had something great to eat. That's fine. You're going to do what you do. But it's the little decisions you make every day. Not putting toxins in your body. Close your eyes for 5 minutes. Sing your favorite song in your head without doing nothing. Just de-stress yourself. Got another quick one for you. What's the difference between good stress and bad stress? Like we all know good cholesterol, bad cholesterol. What's the difference? It's a trick question. There isn't any. Whether you jump off a building or you can't stand looking over the balcony, you rip your body apart with stress. So you use the things you diet, rest, exercise, sleep, all those things help you get rid of and monitor stress. So when you go too far, you got to relax. So
that's
actually,
where
sleep and all
the
those
clinical
things
term is called eustress and distress. Eustress is the good kind of stress, but it's still stress, and distress is going to be things that stress you out in a bad way.
You can't save the world in 20 minutes.
But it still is cortisol ever the same. Okay, guys, that's it for tonight. Make sure to tune in next week for week 3. Make sure to share this with your friends. I'm giving away Warrior Bucks for those of you who are referring your friends who sign up for the Warrior Cleanse. Remember, the Warrior Cleanse is normally $137, and currently until March 1st, it's $97. So go to thewarriorcleanse.com. You can sign up right there. If you have already been a Warrior Cleanse member and you have expired and your membership is over, we've got the renewable option up. Yes, thanks to my web guy, life. Finally tonight it's been done. So if you go to warriorcleanse.com, you could renew for $10 a month. And as long as you are a member, you're going to get massive discounts on all of these things. And remember that health is a daily choice. So just because you feel amazing doesn't mean that you stop doing the things that made you feel amazing. This is a life journey. So the Warrior Cleanse is not a transaction. It's a way of life, right? Cool. That's it. It's a journey.
Nothing's quick, guys.
And that's
it
a
takes
wrap.
forever.
So baby steps to wellness, remember that. And then go to the Warrior Cleanse Facebook group. This is where you get to post all your questions. This is where you can invite friends too. It's a community, it's a tribe, and we're here for you. Okay, guys.
Next week.
Next week? Oh, yeah, next week.
Fire up what's next week so I know what to do.
Okay, where's my piece of paper that says next week agenda? I don't remember. Can anybody remind me?
Jessica will remind us.
My assistant is not here at the moment. It's down there. Oh, it's right there, Scott. I have it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. A few of my patients texted me today and I had to respond to them this. Week 3 is how to kick a cold or the case of the blahs. So how many of you guys feel like you're like chronically sick nowadays? Like you get a cold super easy and it just sticks around forever and you like can't get rid of it, and then after your cold seems to be gone with or without antibiotics after you're still super tired. So we're going to address that next week, how to kick a cold or a case of the blahs, how to never get sick again, and increase your productivity in life, work, and workouts by 20%. Yeah, so that's next week. Stick around. We're going to boost the immune system next week. As long as you're not getting sick, then that means you're staying away from disease too. Cool. Love you guys. See you next week. Woo!